All right, all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who continually feed the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and to the hopeful elect Akim doing likewise, Shalom. And the spirit got on me to go no more into just put up some, putting these devils on blast, exposing the so-called white man, because that's what that's he hate the truth. All right, the so-called white man deal under the shroud of secrecy, and I got some quotes about this devil, right? That basically he condemned himself, which they don't give a fuck. All right, because they got control of the planet, pursuing the. This guy is one of the many fulfillments of Job 9:24, where it tells you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the central banking family is what controls the world, all right? And it's ironic. It's not, it's not a surprise that the bankers and the controllers of the money is the ones who control the world. Which, by the way, since I'm going into quotes, is a quote from Mauer Bow Rothschild. His name escaped me right now, but like in the 1800s or whatever, he made a statement saying, give me a country's money and I can care less who write his laws." So that puts the devil on the scene of the crime, the white man. And by the way, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, because the devil simply means the deceiver, all right? And that's how this man deal. And this quote is going to go into that, buffer that point more. All right. It says, "We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order." So this devil made this statement a while back, but he made it in his pride, because he didn't know that Yahweh Shah was going to break open the floodgates, so to speak, with this internet. That's why another statement one of these devils made was our worst, the worst thing we ever could have did was create the internet, because the internet exposed this so-called white man agenda. And he said all we need is the right major crisis, and that's how they deal through the old philosophy, or old Latin philosophy, basically known as order through chaos. They create the chaos and they bring order. So that's where this new world order goes to, which goes back to the Babylonian Empire. All right, but this devil, that's his main agenda. That's what he's trying to do, push that new world order. And you notice he said a major crisis. That's why you see a lot of false flags going on around, sporadically around the world. It was just a bombing at the Turkey airport. These different so-called terror attacks, which is staged, but people actually getting their judgment, like them sodomites down there in Orlando. All right, they got their judgment, but it was a false flag. All right, really to come up against the men of the Lord who pushing the truth, so they can create that resistant force. Big up the faggots. But that's these guys using major crisis to push that new world order forward. Even so-called natural disasters, like what's going on in West Virginia, the forest fires out west, they use all that because what happens, they issue a state of emergency, which is equivalent to martial law. So they take advantage of all the opportunities they can. All right. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is the book of Micah 2:1. All right. That's it. "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." Yeah, so it's in the power of these devil hands. That's why they practice this evil. That's why they practice, because it's in the power of their hand. Like I said, the money, they got control of the money. And usually with this devil, with the central banking system, what they do is they create wars. You know, they create wars, man. And that's how they, get, you know, and they invest in it. Like I said, the order through chaos. They create the chaos, then they bring in the order and the different laws that they want to be pushed. And like I was saying earlier, this devil, that's what the spirit got on me to do this video, because this devil, we got to turn the heat up on this devil. That's our job, to shake up their plan. And they know that. They're watching us, and they're furious, you know? All right? Let me get this scripture real quick. Oh, Slacky. Okay, yeah, this is the book of Revelation 12 and 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he may cause her to be carried away of the flood. So that's the next move with these elites. They're going to come in like a flood. They're going to come in like a flood, because it's compared to a flood, because a flood can't be contained. All right, you can't compromise with a flood. When it come in, it's coming in all hell bent on destruction. So this devil, the only way they can try to shut us down is just take us out. Because for one, they know what we're saying is the truth, but and most importantly, they know that the promise goes to us. And this devil, they really trying to upset the prophecies. They feel if they can kill off their inheritance, all right, who the kingdom is promised to, then they can receive it by default. All right. This is another quote from this devil. Some even believe we, the Rockefeller family, are part of a secret cabal working against the best interests of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalists, and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure. One world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty, and I am proud of it. So the devil saying he's proud of it. And like I've read in Revelation about they're going to come in like a flood, the book of Job goes into that in a parabolistic form. All right, this is the book of Job 38 and 11. And said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Yeah, so their proud waves, when they come in, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not going to let them overtake us, not the elect of the Lord. All right, this is the book of Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Yeah, so when this devil come in, because he got plans to roll on us, but the Lord is going to set up a standard, man. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not giving us the spirit of fear, because we believe that we're going to be preserved in those days. All right, this is the book of Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. Yeah, one of those devices, those crafty devices, is like the statement that devil made. They wait on major crisis so they can push their New World Order agenda. All right, reading on. So their hands cannot perform their enterprise. What is their enterprise? This New World Order, this one world government. So that's the Lord setting up a standard when he come in like a flood. That's why in the book of Job 38 and 11 tell you, thou proud waves, stop here. Reading on verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So guess what, brothers? That's happening right now. Because when we make these videos and we expose these devils backpedal off their plan, because they like to deal with deception. Even though this devil got the power to just roll on you, which he's going to be forced to do. That's why the scripture say going to come in like a flood. But he rather play cat and mouse. He rather deceive you, you know, and then come in and stab you in the back. But by us coming up with these standards that the Lord lifted up